Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your life is much lighter.
New email! I gotta check this out. Reflections 2020. Why do I matter? Well, that's an easy... I don't know how to answer. I can help you with the reflections. I'll tell you why you matter, Adam. You matter because you're a young black man. You matter because you're talented and creative. And you matter because you have a family and friends that love you. But the most important reason? Because you're a survivor. You survived a horrible accident and you recovered very well. And that's why you matter. You should write that down. I'm gonna start writing. I don't know what to write. And I give up.
If everybody could please take their seats. I know we have not begun promptly this morning, or actually any of the sessions. Sorry. We are PTA flexible, and we are now ready to begin. As soon as everyone takes their seats, we'll get this going. The fourth general session of the 125th New York State PTA Annual Convention will come to order. We hope you enjoyed the diversity panel and LGBTQ+ informational meeting yesterday, our fantastic banquet and celebration last night, and had time to visit the virtual exhibit hall. We also hope that you've taken advantage of the wide selection of workshops that were offered throughout the weekend. As a reminder, many of them will be available to watch on demand following convention. Before we begin, just a reminder that you do have the full program in your convention app, in the resource tab, and as well as a hard copy. We're going to kick off this morning's general session with several exciting award announcements. But first, we would be remiss if we didn't pause to honor our own past president, Lori Zaman. Here on our table beside me has been a yellow rose in her memory and in her honor. We had asked all of our past presidents to make a video, and it occurred to me that there was one person who wouldn't be able to speak to you today or join us. And so we have a video that we have found and we'd like to share with you. Please watch.
Hi, it's Lori Zaman, New York State PTA President. I'm here with
Kai Zaman.
And why are we here today, Kai?
Because me and my friends are depending on you to make a difference by joining the E.R. Hughes Elementary PTA in New Hartford, New York.
And why do you think PTA is so important, Kai?
Because they do great fun activities and they help our children learn.
That's awesome. What kinds of programs do they do at Hughes Elementary?
They do reflections, field days, park, assemblies.
Wow, that's awesome. So we are asking you for your support today. Won't you help Kai and every child like Kai across New York State by reaching out today at the link below and joining the E.R. Hughes Elementary PTA?
The children depend on you.
We know that we continue to keep Lori in our hearts and in our minds. And for those of you who never met her, she was a passionate, fierce firecracker, and she loved what she did for kids, and she believed so deeply in our mission. We miss her, and we honor her today. And as you saw at the end of the video, we have a bench in her memory at the New York State PTA office. We dedicated it on the anniversary of her passing, and in the spring we'll be planting flowers around it and really making it a beautiful, special place. Thank you. Okay. We are thrilled that Senator Shelley Mayer of the Senate Education Committee is joining us here today live. We're so happy that she came all the way here to be with us. Senator Mayer is a steadfast advocate for children. During her tenure in the Assembly and Senate, she has continuously fought for students with disabilities, expansion of CTE and BOCES, our high-need students, English language learners, and has led the charge in supporting the mental health of our students and educators. Senator Mayer, thank you for everything you do. You're a true partner with parents, families, and educators. We are honored you're joining here this morning, and you are a true friend to us and to New York State PTA. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dana. Kyle, where's Kyle? Kyle, my friend, for so many years, thank you so much for your leadership. To Anna King and the National PTA, thank you for your leadership. And to my friends from Yonkers, Carmen Goodstein, and the entire board of the Yonkers Council PTAs, thank you very much. So, good morning, New York State PTA. How fantastic is this? So Mary Kate O'Sullivan and I, Yonkers people, got up at 5 o'clock because we were determined to get here in person to talk about how important you are, what an incredible impact you have made and will continue to make by speaking up on behalf of every child, regardless of zip code. You have led on this. We are indebted to you, and we will continue to be your partners in the Senate majority to make sure that attention is paid to every kid, every school, and every need that our children deserve. Thank you to you. You all have done so much hard work during this time. So credit to you, number one. Number two, you made it through the worst of COVID. I know, and this is really credit to you, individually as parents and family members, as teachers, as people who care about school children, who care about both the health, mental and physical of our children and our families. I can't think of a harder time to have survived and to have been constructive partners in this very challenging time. And I really from the bottom of my heart, as someone who speaks to parents every day and during the worst of COVID spoke to parents every day, thank you for your resilience, your belief that schools are the best place for our kids, that the sooner we could get them back in person, the better it would be. We would do what we had to do, but we were committed to our children and our schools as institutions in our community. Thank you for surviving, and not only surviving, figuring out a way through this on behalf of our kids. Thank you to all of you for that. I want to say that my partner in government, Dan Fuller, is here. Dan is going to be speaking, and Dan represents Governor Hochul as the lead person on education in the governor's office. And credit to Dan and his colleagues, because pretty much every day during the whole time of COVID, my style, if you know me, I am pushy, I am persistent, and I am nice. It's a funny combination. And I believe that you are better off calling Dan Fuller every day and saying, you know, the parents in my district and the parents in New York State are losing patience. Please hurry up and find a path for this, a path for that. What do we do about special ed? What do we do about summer school? What do we do about kids who are turning 19? What do we do about all these things? So Dan has been a fantastic partner in trying to come up with constructive solutions through a tumultuous time in Albany, and I'm very, very grateful for his friendship and leadership. Thank you, Dan. So the biggest thing we won, and you won, in the midst of all this, was a commitment to full funding of foundation aid. And that would not have happened without your partnership and, frankly, without the leadership of my leader, Senator Andre Stewart Cousins, the majority leader, and Speaker Carl Hastie. They put their foot down, and cover your ears, Dan, but the prior governor was not our friend on this, and we insisted on it, and we got it, and it is a transformational change for every school. Every school that received additional money will receive additional money this coming year and the following year, the 3-year full phase-in. That is a remarkable victory after almost 15 years of fighting this battle. Credit to you. And I'm very hopeful. Thank you. Credit to you. And I'm very hopeful that with Governor Hochul's partnership, we will continue to build on this, that we will make good on our promise for year 2 and year 3, and an initiative that matters to our conference most of all, we will continue to build full-day pre-K for 4-year-olds in every district throughout the state. We added a lot last year. We're going to continue to add. We believe that full-day pre-K for 4-year-olds in the vast majority of districts is a game changer for kindergarten and school readiness, and we are going to fight to have it happen. So thank you for your leadership on that. So I just want to say a few other things that I hope we work on this year. Expanding financing for career and technical education. Coming out of COVID, you have seen, I bet, in all of your communities, there are jobs for people who have certain skills. And frankly, I think we all know that there was a time when we lost our foresight that career and technical education was not something for those who weren't smart enough to go to college. It was for those who were capable enough to do things that the rest of us couldn't do. And now we have to invest in that. There are good paying jobs. There are career jobs. There are jobs with pensions. There are jobs with union benefits. There is a whole world of job opportunity for those who have skills. We have so many kids who have given this opportunity will jump into this. Either an associate's degree, without an associate's degree, we have to be creative and we have to be thoughtful. But let's make our mark by reinvesting in career and technical education statewide. And two other things that are extremely important to me. As you know, I really fought for statewide broadband for free for every kid and for every school. I didn't win that battle, but I'm not finished. And yes, we got some money from the feds, and we're very thrilled about everything we got from the federal government. And thank you, Senator Schumer, for truly being a partner in ensuring the money went to your districts and not somewhere else. So thank you, Senator Schumer, and for money for broadband. But we have not solved this problem. It cannot be that in the city of Yonkers, the city of New York, upstate rural communities, upstate cities, on Long Island, that we have kids doing their work on a phone. It's not acceptable. We need to change it. We are in the 21st century. We need a way to have universal broadband like we have universal electricity, and I will continue that fight. And near and dear to my heart, special education challenges, particularly during COVID. For those of you involved in that world, we know how tough it was. Should I stop? Okay. It was so hard. We have work to do on special ed. We have taken some steps forward in the legislature, working with the governor's office. We will continue to do that. We need to invest in the schools. We need to invest in the resources. We need the mental health and other supportive services for our kids that have special needs. We can help them thrive and succeed, but we have to give them what we know and we're proud of to be in New York. Frankly, we don't want to be a place that doesn't provide the services that our kids need. We want to be a place that people say, you know, New York is the model for how to bring special ed kids along and allow them to develop to the fullest potential. And so we're going to continue that with my colleague, Senator Mannion from Syracuse. Here? Am I here in Syracuse? Rochester. No, Syracuse. And we will continue to fight for special ed kids and special ed services, mental health, and all the support services that we hope that extra money is going for. So I do want to, I know you have some questions, but I want to say one thing before, and I know you're going to ask about it. It's up to you to do the advocacy. It's up to you to have a relationship with your senator, your assembly member, regardless of what party they're on, regardless of what committee they're in. You, even in COVID, and many of you have been on Zoom calls with me, you have to have a relationship with your elected official at every level and let them know schools are dependent on public financing, public rules. You are our partner, Mr. or Mrs. Legislator. We need you to be an advocate. Do not, you know, once in Yonkers along the way, I remember some parents told me, I'm really tired of going to Albany. And I'm like, you can never be tired of going to Albany. Your school is 50% dependent on state funding. As long as you care about your kid and all of our kids, you need to go to Albany, whether it's virtually or in person. You need to be having a relationship with your senator and assemblyman so they know you. A lot of people in my district have my cell number. I might have to get a second phone now, but get to know that person personally. When school is open and you have something that you can celebrate, invite them to your school. Make them part of your world. You are dependent on behalf of your kid with the relationship that you have with us. Don't walk away. Don't say it's hard. I'm not into politics, blah, blah, blah. This is about politics, getting money for schools. It's about hard work, perseverance, making a case, and you can do it. But I just encourage you, don't back away right now as we go into the next session. Make sure you know who they are. Try to get them in your school. Try to get them to your PTA meeting. Make sure they know the schedule. And then build on that relationship to make them your partners and to make them your advocates in the world that we exist in, which will be next year's budget. So it's a pleasure, truly from the bottom of my heart, that we are here in person, that so many of you are here in person, and those of you watching virtually. My heart, I don't have a lifetime membership. We might have to fix that, Kyle, but I have many years of membership from my past, many breakfasts that I got there early and cut the bagels, and I am a partner with the PTA, and credit to you for the extraordinary impact you have had on all of New York's children, all of them, regardless of where they live, regardless of their income, regardless of their immigration status, regardless of their language and their special needs. You are committed to every kid, and that's what we need. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kyle.
It is a complete and utter understatement to say that we have a partner in Shelley Mayer. Senator Mayer has, for her entire career, dedicated and advocated for children. You are our statewide leader. We are so fortunate to have you. And I know many of us have met with Shelley. She prefers to call Shelley because she is one of us. She is a mom. She is an advocate.
Grandma.
And grandma now, yeah, grandma. And it's just simply amazing the work that you have done these past years for our children, from foundation aid to our special schools, our special act schools, our students with disabilities, on tech equity, your fantastic bill that we're still going to try to do this coming year. Dan, no pressure.
Yeah, Dan, no pressure.
Dan, we got to make that happen. Your leadership for BOCES and CTE services, I could go on and on and on. Shelley, you are a true partner to our association and to parents and families across the state. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
2 questions.
Yes.
Ready? Let's talk a little bit about diversity, equity, inclusion.
Yes.
I know a hot topic, so critically important, one of our primary focuses as New York State PTA, and a primary focus of you guys in the Senate. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see on the horizon in the Senate with this in New York State, how we can help you advocate for, meaningful diversity, equity, inclusion policies and practices in all of our school districts.
Well, thank you, and I'm sorry I didn't bring it up. It was on my notes to talk about. I feel very passionately about it, and in my community, some of the communities I represent and around, there is tremendous intensity about this, and I believe we have an obligation. I'm glad you had Commissioner Rosa here. I think she's taken a very thoughtful and principled approach. We need to talk about this in schools, and we need to give our school board members and superintendents the support they need to do the right thing. And that means, one, participating in our school board elections and meetings to indicate, in my case, strong support for DEI as the district determines it is appropriate for that district. There isn't a one-size-fits-all model, but the guidance given by the Board of Regents, I think, really is a thoughtful effort to ensure that we are teaching the diversity of American history and American experience, and that is critical to me, and that we think of it in a broader way. First place, I just would tell the story. After George Floyd's murder, and I went to so many rallies in my district and beyond, and in many schools that were predominantly white students in high school came to me and said, we need to do better. So this idea that this only applies in majority minority schools is not correct, in my opinion. This is the right information we need to share with all of our students so they can live in a diverse world that we're proud to live in New York. We embrace it. So, one, I think we have to support our superintendents and boards as they're going through a challenging time. I encourage thoughtful parents to run for the Board of Education. I'm doing a new training on how to run for the board. Please step in and step up if you're capable. And third, I'd like to give some of our boards a little lesson in courage, and I say it respectfully. Getting 10 ugly emails does not mean you shut up. Getting 10 ugly emails means you remember how courageous board members had to be in the South when they first had to deal with racial integration. You think they had 10 ugly emails? No, they had a lot more than 10 ugly emails. They had 10 people at their house. They had all these other things. This is not the first time it's been tough in education. It won't be the last time. And so I like to, in a sort of loving and supportive way, provide help for our board members who are on boards and our superintendents to do the best they can to ensure that we don't walk away from this moment in history, which is an opportunity to improve our education. And I appreciate the PTA's participation fully in this, and certainly the Board of Regents I think, very thoughtful guidance. And I look forward to working together on it.
And we're so excited about that work together, Shelley. And, you know, some quick statistics on our New York State students. So we have today, well, I guess yesterday was Friday, or maybe 2 days ago. I've lost track at this point. There are 211 languages spoken in our school districts in New York State, which is simply amazing. 54% of our children qualify for free or reduced price lunch. That means they are below the federal poverty line. 18% of our students are students with disabilities. We are a wonderfully diverse and amazing state. And I know you know we are so proud of that. And I'm excited to do that work together. Last question. And I also have to give Shelley a complete hand, and she is not going to share this with you, but she has driven 5 hours to be here, and after this she is driving 5 hours home. And that's how much it meant for her to be here with you in person. Shelley,
Yes,
I really
want to be here.
10 hours in the car. So we have, you know, in this room and online, you know, nearly all school districts in the state, which is so great. What is their first step to connect? So if you were going to give them the top advice on how to connect with their member of assembly, their senator, what should they do on Monday?
So in my world of the Yonkers, there's an advocacy chair, and the advocacy chair should not only know the names, but should know the people who are their senator and assembly members. So call up their office if you haven't already. Invite them to your next PTA meeting. I get invited to all the PTA meetings, come when I can. Ask them to give, they all like to talk, we're in politics. Ask them to give a little presentation about how great they are and what they did for your school. And many of them have done, both parties, a great deal for schools last year particularly. Ask them to come or have a staff person come, and then also ask if you can meet with them before we go back or when we go back to Albany, because the budget, the governor will present her budget in early January and the legislature responds. And you want to be engaged with them on the response. So the governor puts out her budget, and she's going to say, I propose this much for foundation, I propose this much for mental health in schools. You want to be able to be working with your legislators to say, and that we do as a conference, you know, we need this much more, we want to move this here, we want to fight for more broadband. I think we'll have a collaborative relationship with Governor Hochul in our conference and in the Assembly majority. Also, and again, forgive me, I'm not being political in a political sense. I'm explaining. If your member is in the minority party in either house, they have less opportunity to influence the outcome of the budget and legislation. So be thoughtful about that. Go see everybody who's in the minority party. Make sure they know you. Some of them, you know, Senator Tedisco said very nice things about me this week. He's a ranking member on education. We work together very well. I work with a lot of rural schools that are represented by people in the other party. It's not the end, but your job is to understand how the legislature works, and the majority party in each house does have the ability to respond and negotiate with the governor on the budget and to have set the agenda legislatively. So just be mindful. If you, for example, I'll give one and then I'll stop. If you have let me just say, a senator who is in the minority party, and many PTA chapters do because they're in communities outside of downstate for whatever the reason. One thing you might say to that person when you meet is, you know, we'd like you to take up this fight for our school district and make sure you know the problems of our district and what we need. But would you mind working with the majority party? Because most of them are practical. They understand. They need to work with us to get this stuff over the finish line. And many of them are very creative, and we work together to find results for every kid. It's not the kid's problem what party represents their district, but we have to work together to find a path because majority rules. That's the way the legislature works. And the majority gets to negotiate with the governor. So if you need money for a capital project in your district with your school, and you need a new gym and a new roof, and you want to do solar on your roof, and you have a minority party member, say to that person, will you work with the majority? And just put it on that. You're smart. You understand. They will respect that you understand how it works. And most of them will say, absolutely, happy to do that, want to get it over the finish line. So I always like to give a crash course in how the legislature works. It's really, we're in a very good place with Governor Hochul. We have a very collegial relationship with the second floor. That's the governor's team. We are working with the health department on issues that our parents care about, particularly about masks. And we'll continue to work together. But you, and I don't mean to give you extra work on top of all the stuff you do, but we need you to understand and be engaged in the process of the legislation because your child's school depends on it. Thank you.
Senator Mayer,
Thank you.
our senator.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Senator Mayer joined us at one of our legislative summits, and we were ready to hit the Capitol. She came that morning, and she gave so many helpful hints, and it really, really, really set the tone for those who were in attendance because they were nervous. And she told them simple, logical ways to go in there and advocate for children. So thank you for being such a good friend to us and all you do for us. We appreciate it, and for our children. Okay, we're going to now recognize those who won membership awards with a presentation by membership coordinator, Mary Sotomayor. We're going to watch the video first, yes.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mary Sotomayor, and I'm the membership coordinator for New York State PTA. Welcome to the 2021 Membership Awards. First up, we're going to be celebrating our Membership Growth Award winners from 2020-2021. Congratulations to all of our highest achievers. In first place, we have Johnston Junior Senior High School PTSA. In second place, we have Jamesville's Elementary School PTA. And in third place, we have South Colony Special Education PTA. Our Gold Apple Award winners are William S. Covert PTA, Albany High School PTSA, South Colony Special Education PTA, Johnston Junior Senior High School PTSA, Jamesville Elementary School PTA, Hastings SEPTA, and Hendrick Hudson High School PTSA. Congratulations. Here are our Silver Apple winners. And last but not least, we have our Bronze Apple winners. Last year was not the easiest of years, so we really, really appreciate all your hard work. The numbers this year speak for themselves, and they are definitely on the rise. Last year, our membership total for the year was 169,164 new members. Our membership totals for the 2021 year so far are 179,381 members, and we're only in the month of November. Let's celebrate and announce this year's membership award winners. First up, our early bird winners. These winners reached 60% of their membership goal and earned the Early Bird Digital Award badge. Here are the 12 random winners, one from every region, that will receive a $50 PTA store gift certificate. Congratulations. Next up, we have our Savvy Winner Awards. These winners reached 100% of their membership goal to earn the Savvy Membership Digital Award badge and certificate. Here are the 3 random winners selected for the month of September. Here are the 3 selected for the month of October. Congratulations to our Savvy Award winners. Next up are our Trailblazer Awards. The winner of our newest Trailblazer Award won by reaching at least 75% of their membership goal. Here are the 12 random winners, one from each region, who will receive a $50 PTA Store gift certificate. Congratulations. And last but not least, our Region Membership Challenge winner. Drum roll, please. Our Region Membership Contest winner for the month of October is Southeastern Region. Congratulations. Awarding membership opens the door to expanding the number of advocates for our children. And for that, all of us here at State, thank you for all your hard work. On our way to 200K. Enjoy convention.
I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. We are an advocacy association, but our voice just keeps getting louder and louder because of our phenomenal membership team. So I thank you to all of our leaders in the room for being so awesome, to recruit new members and keep old members, and to our New York State PTA membership team, you guys are the bomb, and I thank you. And while that video was playing, Mary Sotomayor, who is our membership coordinator, she gave me the update. It's like the telethon. She gave me an update as of right now. Our membership numbers, which are about 179,000 members when this presentation was put together, as of right this second, it is 181,326. So we have had our slogan on our way to 200K, and this year we are going to surpass that. Fantastic, and I thank you. No pressure, right? No pressure. Well, maybe a little pressure. Okay. We're really excited today to have Dan Fuller join us. Again, to have these live presenters is probably the most exciting thing that we've experienced, because for me, it's energizing to have you here. It really is. We have had live stream presentations, and that was terrific. But to have you here, we appreciate the time it took to get here and that you're joining us. So Dan Fuller is from Governor Hochul's office, and when I say we are in daily contact, I'm copied on all those emails, but really Kyle is our partner with Dan on a daily basis that really is more like an hourly basis, right? The partnership that we have is phenomenal, and they are listening to what we have to say. I told you that last night without him being here. So we were tooting your horn last night, but we'll say it again. Thank you very much, not only for being here today, not only for giving us the opportunity to share what we think and what we think you should do, but for listening and sometimes incorporating what we think you should do. So thank you very much. Kyle, would you like to come up as well?
And thank you very much. I want to, I'm Dan Fuller. I'm the Deputy Secretary for Education in Governor Hochul's office, and it's actually a pleasure to be here on behalf of the governor. I just want to thank Kyle and Dana for their tireless advocacy. They talk a lot about emails and phone calls, but it really is. It's a constant influx of information, thoughts, opinions, advocacy, lots of good suggestions, and You know, the one thing too in these jobs, and Kyle knows this, Senator Mayer knows this, we don't always agree on things, but there is a level of professionalism, competence, and respect that goes a long way, particularly in these times when our politics can be a little coarse. It's really, it's been very, very helpful. And I know, particularly with the governor, you've heard this. It's all about collaboration. It's about cooperation. It's about working together. And that's something that has been really a pleasure to work with you folks on. So thank you very much. I also want to thank Senator Mayer very much. It's been a long pandemic. I personally have evolved from the 4 scariest words in the morning. Hi, Dan, it's Shelley on your phone. I've moved a long way from those initial calls, and let me be very clear, she was nothing but fantastic to work with and was always a bit ahead of things. So it was a very, very good working relationship. I think that you are a fantastic leader, and I for one, have been privileged to work so closely with you. So I want to thank you for your leadership. Couple of things here. I told my son, so I've got a 7 and 9-year-old, and I told my son before I left that I'm going to an event today that is 125 years old. And my son said, "Wow, just like you." So he's probably still in his room, but I think his mom might have let him out. And of course, my mother, when I got up to come this morning, I like to wake everybody up too, because if I'm awake, why isn't everybody? And my wife wanted to remind me to tell you that I too am a PTA member. I'm not actually allowed to talk, though. My wife is a longtime teacher, almost 20 years, so back to school nights, PTA events, she tells me in, terms that folks who've been married for a while, it's very clear where I stand, which is stop it, don't talk, just go and be nice to people. So,
Exactly what I told my husband yesterday.
Yeah. And it may extend beyond PTA, but that's the most relevant right now. So really what I want to do before I begin, I'll run through some of the things that the governor has done, but the governor has asked me to read a letter that she has written to you folks. And so I'd like to do that, and then we'll get into a couple of items. I want to thank everyone who is here today. I especially want to thank Executive Director Kyle Bellakopitsky and President Dana Platon, and the entire New York State PTA family. I'm sorry that I could not be there in person, but I am sending each and every one of you my best wishes for this 125th anniversary convention. The work that the PTA parents and guardians do in taking time out of their busy lives and days to invest in their child's education and children's education is critical. And not to mention continuing this work during one of the most stressful and difficult times in New York State history. It is really inspiring to see how well New York's PTA has risen to the challenge, and I want to make sure that we appreciate your role in our children's education. I have made it clear to New Yorkers that one of my main priorities is our children's education. As we continue through the fall and winter, I am extremely optimistic that we will continue to be safe and prosperous for all our children. And I want to thank you again for everything you do every day. So that is the letter from the governor, and we'll give you a formal presentation. I want to go through just a couple of things the governor's done and then take a few questions. Since really she began, the governor made it clear that her main priority is protecting students and educators from the Delta variant, keeping children in school so they can learn safely, and protecting our teachers and principals so they can lead and educate. Even before her inauguration, the governor met with school officials, including the PTA, to discuss their concerns and to identify some areas of collaboration where we could all work together moving forward. And based on this conversation, on the first day of her administration, the governor announced bold back-to-school initiatives. Universal mask requirements for everyone in school. This was brought to us by educators across the state as something that they were looking for, and the governor acted. And then she announced prioritized guidance at a time when there was not going to be guidance. It was going to be local control. The governor stepped in and worked with our education stakeholders to do guidance to prioritize in-person learning, issued recommendations and requirements for face masks, for vaccinations, for physical distancing, and testing to monitor potential transmission. And it is also under her direction that the Public Health Planning Council passed an emergency regulation to ensure that school staff are tested regularly to ensure or vaccinate. Together, they've worked to keep as largely normal a school year as possible. And I know that one of the items that, she has been out there talking about this constantly, is the importance of vaccinations and informed vaccinations. Informing parents, informing children, letting them know what's there so that we can move forward on vaccinations. She has announced the Vax to School campaign to support increasing the vaccination rates, again, among school-aged children. We are working with localities, community-based organizations, healthcare centers to set up 120 pop-up sites around the state. Over this 12-week period, they're going to host a couple of events a week, and sites are tailored to meet the needs of the community. So again, this goes back to her initial point of working with our communities, collaborating, cooperating on these issues. We also have a dedicated website to share information. Again, information is the key part of this, and giving everybody the information they need on the vaccines. So we have a website, Vax to School, with new resources and materials for parents and guardians. We also announced a new scholarship program, Vaccinate, Educate, Graduate, and we're going to support 5 to 11-year-olds. Kids who get vaccinated by December 19th are eligible for a free scholarship to SUNY or CUNY. There are 50 winners in this, and the first winners begin this week. Moving along to other topics. And again, I recognize that we may not all agree on everything, but I think we do agree that working together is far better than not working together. And so I just want to take a moment and recognize that as we're talking about these issues. The governor also announced $59 million for Clean Green Schools initiative to improve air quality and reduce carbon emissions in pre-K through 12 schools. And as part of this program, the state's going to convene educators this fall, including superintendents, administrators, PTA members, to inform this initiative that'll be launching in early 2022 to address climate issues and healthier learning environments for kids. Funding. New York State is home to the best funded P through 12 education system in the world. We spend more per pupil than any other state in the nation and more per pupil than any other country in the world. In October, as Senator Mayer talked about, working with our legislative partners, the governor announced and agreed that we would settle the NYSERS lawsuit, which you played a vital role in. And we're going to follow through on the state's commitment to fully fund the foundation aid formula to New York school districts over 3 years, and the state's prior opposition. So we're moving forward. The governor made it very clear. It's time to move forward, take care of this, and let's work together. And she's made it clear that she's going to include the funding. Another issue that I'll hit on very quickly, school bus driver shortages. So this one has been part of a nationwide bus driver shortage, and frankly, commercial driver's license holders are very much in demand right now, not only for driving school buses, but many other opportunities. So the governor on September 19th announced a multi-agency plan to address the bus driver shortage. We started out reaching out to 550,000 commercial driver's license holders in New York State, and asked them if they would be interested in driving school buses. We also facilitated some of the process. We tried to shorten that up to become a school bus driver because that was part of it, and there were time frames that were not necessary. And then we ended up with over 6,355 interested individuals. We took those names, we sent them to school superintendents and BOCES superintendents around the state. We said, hey, here are the folks in your area who are interested. Here's all their contact information. Reach out. And then we also targeted unemployed drivers through the Department of Labor. We partnered with law enforcement, firefighters, military, and other organizations that have trained drivers to recruit them into this. I think, you know, it's still an issue. COVID has impacted driver wells as well, how often you can get drivers, but we are continuing to monitor this and work with our folks in Washington as well, including Senator Gillibrand's office. And also, I got a Hi Dan, it's Shelley call on this one early saying, we have a bus driver problem. And so it was, she was great, and a lot of what ultimately came into the package was the result of some of these great conversations. So with that, I am happy to take any questions. And before I forget, I'm going to give you all my email. So, because advocacy is important. And as Senator Mayer spoke to, knowing your legislators, knowing your policymakers is vital. So please, I'll give you my email. Feel free to reach out to me. It's Daniel, D-A-N-I-E-L, .Fuller, F-U-L-L-E-R, at exec.ny.gov. And just throw PTA in the subject heading versus some of the other things that come in the subject heading. That way I'll know to be happy when I read the email, hopefully, or not happy, but at least we'll be respectful.
And again, to say we have a partner in Dan Fuller is another understatement. Dan has been the Deputy Secretary for Education for quite a while now, under Governor Cuomo and now Governor Hochul. When transitions happen, you get nervous, right? You get nervous for staff, and I actually said a prayer to Lord Almighty that you remained our Deputy Secretary for Education. I'm very happy that happened, Dan. And so when we knew a transition was going to happen in our governor's office, the day it was announced, if you remember, Dan emailed and said, Lieutenant Governor Hochul wants to meet with you immediately. And I didn't respond right away, and I was busy, and then I got a phone call. It was like, no, Kyle, did you see the email? You know, and that's the kind of engagement that Governor Hochul has had with us. So Dan has always been engaged with PTA, and his staff, Mike and Terry and Jamie, you know, we're so appreciative of all of them. But this was a different type of level of engagement with the governor herself. And Dana and I joined, I think it was 2 days after the announcement that she was going to become our first, and we're going to do a cheer for this, female governor that New York State has ever had. Because it is her story here in New York. It is her story with of course, Senator Andrea Stewart-Cousins and Assemblywoman Crystal Peoples. And so we just appreciate that partnership, Dan. We don't always agree, but Dan always calls back. And he always emails back, and it is within minutes. And I just wanted to thank you before we jump into questions. I really appreciate that, Dan. Let's talk a little bit about what, you know, you mentioned CTE, BOCES, STEM, you know, State of the States coming up in January, governor's budget's due, you know, third week in January. What does that look like, Dan? What are we going to see in there for CTE, STEM? What is, you know, Governor Hochul, as Lieutenant Governor, as a business leader and a PTA mom herself, has always really focused on that. So what are the kinds of things we're going to be able to see on that?
And I think, first off, thank you again. And Kyle's right. I will just give you a quick little insight in, you know, before and after Governor Hochul. And it's a very different environment. It feels very positive on many levels. Everybody is working together. There is a recognition that folks in the Capitol don't know the answer to everything, which is a good point and a fact, and reaching out, and that's one of the things she's done repeatedly, and she will ask, what can we do? Have you talked to these groups? Where are the educators on this? Where's PTA? Where are the principals? Where are the teachers? Where's everybody? She wants to know how everybody is, so when we take a policy to her. And that doesn't happen without regular feedback and being a trusted voice, so thank you. Now to the issue of CTE and workforce, there are a number of things. So we are in State of the State time. There's probably eight weeks or less. I don't know. It's a very busy time for us right now. And we have been talking a lot about workforce because we're seeing the impact of lack of workforce. We're seeing it in healthcare and education, in bus drivers, right? In stores. On my way here, went to get a cup of coffee from a supermarket, and all I wanted was a large cup of coffee, like, a gallon, whatever. They put it in that fits in my cup holder and will get me out here. They didn't have it. All they had were small cups. Again, supply chain shortages. It's just all these things are sort of coming together. So I think there's a recognition that we need to do more, that we need to be focused on workforce. And workforce is kids graduating from high school. Workforce is kids getting associate's degrees. Workforce is kids getting credentials and certificates that may not put them on the college course right away, but they shouldn't be precluded from that down the road. And so there's a lot of good programs that we're looking at and a lot of good ways to incorporate youngsters and get them into the workforce. Because as I think Senator Mayer and you said too, these are really good jobs out there. These are jobs with benefits, and these are jobs that you can raise families on, and these are jobs that you can help your community, and really good skills. So the governor is focused on workforce and making sure that we look at the full spectrum of workforce. It's not about doctors and lawyers and teachers only. It's the full spectrum of education. So I think that as we go forward, we'll be in touch with you, but I think you are going to see some workforce items in our State of the State.
And I would be remiss to not thank the governor for the really historic ending of Campaign for Fiscal Equity, NYSER lawsuit. So the day that happened, so I know we all have been advocating for full funding for our schools for, feels like ever, 20 years. And it was always a contentious point with previous governors. And this was one of literally the first thing that she did. So she came to office. She said, this is a priority for me. Yep. I'm going to end this lawsuit. We are going to settle the lawsuit, and all of your kids are going to get the money they deserve. And we need a thanks for that.
Thank you.
And I know we are also very, very happy with the new Test to Stay initiative. Yep. We spoke briefly in some of our sessions about that to try to get kids continuing in their seats. The governor's office has been very engaged on COVID, which is fantastic under both Governor Cuomo and now Governor Hochul. We're very appreciative of the voluntary Vax to School program. So, and that parent information is really, really critical. So here you go. You ready?
Yeah. She was saying all the nice things to build up to this one, probably.
That was a little build up. What are we doing on masks, Dan?
So I think the governor said this, right? Like, masks, we need vaccination rates up, we need community transmission down, and then she's happy to look at any and all of the options. I think there's a concern. I think we're about statewide positivity is about 3.7% today. We're not in a great place, and this varies, right? Some parts of the state are 14%, and other parts are 1.5%. So I think we're looking at community transmission levels. We continue to work closely with the CDC and the Department of Health. And I think as the governor has said, we need vaccination rates up and we need transmission down. But nobody, she even said this, she doesn't want kids in masks longer than we need kids in masks, or us, adults. But we need greater external forces to have those discussions and move forward.
And I think that's a fair answer. Again, one thing that if you've always given us an answer in our questions, which is fantastic, we're going to keep working on these tough COVID questions. Yep. And I laugh because Dan and I probably email or speak every day on a different issue that's facing our PTA family. And we absolutely know you are really a member of our PTA family, card-carrying member of our PTA family. We really appreciate your partnership, your friendship, Dan, personally and professionally. I'm very, very glad that you are continuing to be our fantastic Deputy Secretary for Education. Let's give Dan Fuller a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you all very much for coming here. It's actually great to be in person. And I look forward to doing this again.
Thank you, Dan. And so now I know with as many emails as I get from you, now I know you're getting emails quite frequently from me, from PTA, so sorry, not sorry. Okay. And that goes for everyone in this room. Rob Rios, New York State PTA Leadership Development Coordinator, will now join us for a special announcement.
Good morning. I have to be remiss if I don't, my apologies. I'd be remiss if I don't announce and thank Education Chair Senator Shelley Mayer. She's truly has been an advocate and a partner for so many years. I literally remember when my school was going through receivership, she literally called me on the phone and said, what are the parents thinking? So just a quick note, I know it's not an advocacy, but I'm an advocate at heart, you know it. The policies that are being driven by the governor and the policymakers and those alliances is what's key. When they mention PTA at the table for funding that they're providing, that's what you want to hear. So you can go back to your boards and your districts and saying, it says here, parents need to be included, or specifically PTA. That is key. So keep those calls, keep advocating. Anyway. So today I'm proud to present the Leadership Award in honor of Jane Skirtspek. The New York State PTA Award was established in 1991 to honor the memory of Jane. The purpose of this award is to recognize an outstanding leader in local PTA who by his or her actions inspire others to volunteer and assume leadership positions. The award is given in recognition of astounding PTA leadership. The recipient of this year's Jane Skirtspek Leadership Award is Annette Biner from Hicksville County PTA, Nassau Region. She was nominated by her Hicksville Council PTA President Erin Guida. Reading through her extensive resume of accomplishments and leadership initiatives, Annette truly embodies the character, right, of this well-deserved award. From her encouragement, inspiration, and support of members, not only to join PTA, but also to assume leadership positions, Annette has been credited with having over 10 PTA officers across her school district in volunteering. Through her actions, Annette has shown a respectful strength of PTA leaders and demonstrates how partnerships with PTA only strengthens the communication and trust to serve district and community on behalf of our children. She also understands that completing the cycle of leadership is not about self-recognition, right? But striving to continue to lay the groundwork for others to be successful. That's true leadership. She strives to leave officers in her units better for the generations of the next PTA leadership. As noted by the Hicksville principal, Annette not only serves as an example of what a PTA successful partner, teacher, and student should look like. So today, we present this clock award. It's in here, it's packed because we're going to give it to Sarah. At the convention, and it's engraved mantle clock. Annette is not only here this weekend, this engraved clock will be handed over to the Nassau Region Director, Sarah Henrys, who will take to Annette, who receives her award. Once again, please join me in congratulating the 2021 recipient for the Leadership Award in honor of Jane Skirtspek, presented to Annette Biner.
Thank you, Rob. At this time, because we are, shorter on time than we'd like, we're not going to play some of our Alliance videos, but I do want to mention that Heidi Felix, who was the representative from LifeVac who joined us this weekend, she has donated 25 of those LifeVet kits, and we will be... Okay, they're going to be donated to some of our fantastic schools. So thank you to LifeVac and to Heidi. Okay, thank you. All right, next, New York State PTA Programs Coordinator Kelly Howe will share information and state winners in the 2020-2021 Reflections Program. Reflections is a fantastic PTA arts program, and if your unit isn't participating, then you are surely missing out. Contact our arts specialist at arts@nyspta.org ASAP. There's still time to get involved. Kelly?
For over 50 years, students have been creating original works of art of their own reflections, expressing their hopes, their feelings, and their worlds by telling their unique stories through the arts. The Reflections program welcomes students of all grades and abilities to explore and be involved in arts where they develop artistic literacy, increase confidence, and find a love for learning that will help them become more successful in school and in life. Students interpret a theme and create imaginative works of art in the areas of dance choreography, film production, literature, music composition, photography, and visual arts. The 2020-21 Reflections theme was I Matter Because. This theme helped students to unleash their imagination to the point where over 1,800 entries were received by the state's 12 regions. New York State PTA received 492 entries advanced from those regions. We awarded 28 Award of Excellence and 102 Award of Merit. The 28 Award of Excellence entries advanced to the national level of judging in March. In May, National PTA announced that New York State PTA had 5 Award of Excellence and 2 Award of Merit winners at the national level. I am so proud of their accomplishments and their amazing talents. We celebrate the achievements and recognize the talents of the students that are part of the Reflections program. On October 2nd, 2021, New York State PTA was honored to celebrate our students' talents and accomplishments at the virtual New York State PTA Celebration of the Arts. The exciting event recognized all Reflection Award winners. 114 people registered for this event. The celebration would not have been a great success without the Reflections Committee and the New York State PTA office. Thank you to the Reflections Committee and Carol Raymond for their hard work that resulted in a fabulous event. Every year, National PTA sponsors a theme search contest to determine the next Reflections theme. Students from across the country submit their theme ideas, and one is selected. The overall national winner receives a monetary award and recognition at the annual National PTA Convention in June. New York State PTA has just received 61 theme search entries. The Reflections Committee has judged these entries, and the top 5 have been sent to National PTA for consideration. We will announce the top 5 on December 1st. Last June, National PTA announced that the 2022-2023 Reflections theme, Show Your Voice. This was submitted by Jason Yevon from Salk MacArthur PTSA in New York and was selected from over 80 student submissions across the 20 states. This theme will be the foundation for students to reflect, create, and be recognized. This year, we asked students to submit posters related to 125 years of PTA. All of the posters received have been here on display throughout the weekend. The students with the winning posters in each age group will receive a Barnes & Noble gift card. I truly appreciate everyone's dedication to make every child's potential a reality by encouraging students throughout New York State to participate in the Reflections program. On behalf of these children, New York State PTA, and myself, thank you. We can't wait to see what the students' artwork with the 2021-2022 theme, I Will Change the World by.
Thank you, Kelly, and congratulations to all of the talented art students. Joining us now is Mary McNamara, New York State PTA Literacy Specialist, with an award announcement on the Pick a Reading Partner program.
Good morning. I'm honored and excited to talk about literacy and present the New York State PTA PARP Award for 2021. A PARP program known as Pick a Reading Partner has one purpose, inspiring reading, and there is only one role. A partner, which can be a parent, grandparent, caregiver, older sibling, cousin, or friend, and a child must read together for at least 20 minutes a day. It is as simple as that. The partner can read to the child can read to an adult. They may read together or they may read separately, but they read. Books and other reading material should no longer be just an assignment for school. We should read for pleasure. Reading partners should ask each other, discuss issues, form bonds, and make memories. Research indicates that children who read succeed. On the New York State PTA website, you will find our Pick a Reading Partner Toolkit. The materials in this toolkit will give you all the information you will need to run a successful PARP program and help our children flourish. It is useful for both new and returning PARP chairs, as it offers a lot of ideas that have been proven successful. Each year, New York State PTA invites all New York State schools and libraries with PARP programs to apply for their region's PARP award. New for this year, the application was available as of October 1st and is currently on the New York State PTA website. We encourage all 12 regions to send us their winning entries in search of the very best in the state. The winning PTA unit this year hosted a creative theme with each activity tying into it. The program incorporated PARP into all the parts of the curriculum and much of the community as well. The students had a virtual author visit as well as a virtual visits to the Bronx Zoo and 2 virtual book readings at their local library. The school also held a school-wide service project for the local animal shelter, all while exploring and learning about safaris and wildlife. The students then wrote about what they had learned. The committee appreciated the various learning opportunities this unit provided. They determined what their community could accomplish given current restrictions and created realistic goals utilizing the virtual tools now available. To read all about their program, look at the PARP Toolkit Section 4. It is therefore my honor, on behalf of New York State PTA, to present the 2021 New York State PTA PARP Award to the Manituck Elementary PTA from Suffolk Region. Their theme is Wild About Reading. The entire state governance team wishes a heartfelt congratulations to Manituck Elementary in West Islip, New York for a job well done. Accepting on behalf of Manituck is Lori Fontana, Suffolk Region Director. Please come to the podium to accept your award. I don't know where your award is. We'll figure out an award, I don't know. You get to stand here, that's your award. I would like to also acknowledge the region winners. West Leiden PTA from Leatherstock Region for their program Tales and Tales. Birch Lane PTA from Nassau Region for their program Reading Gives You Superpowers. Rensselaer Park Elementary PTA from Northeastern Region for their program RPES Has Readers Among Us. Remember, in this busy world we live in, nothing is more important than taking the time to read with our children. New York State PTA's Pick a Reading Partner program encourages the love of reading and promotes literacy in our homes and schools. Thank you.
Wait, my turn. Thank you, Mary. And you can contact Mary at literacy@nyspta.org if you have any questions. And now Karen Quimby, our New York State PTA Recognition Specialist, will present the Advocate in Action Awards, the Youth Humanitarian Award in memory of Stanley Marcus, our Twin Projects recognitions, the Jenkins Memorial Scholarship for Teacher Education, and Teacher Fellowship for Graduate Study in memory of Richard Gazzola Awards.
Good morning. As recognition specialist for New York State PTA, it is my honor to be here today to recognize the 2020-2021 New York State PTA Award winners. The New York State PTA offers many opportunities for local units to recognize outstanding people and programs. Our awards give local units a chance to honor students, teachers, units, councils, and leaders, as well as recognize outstanding advocacy and community service. Some of our awards are based upon application process, and others are available to any unit who has volunteers they wish to honor. The first group of awards that I'd like to feature are awards that offer units and councils and regions a way to recognize individuals for their contributions to the welfare of the children and youth, as well as their commitment to PTA. The first award that we offer is the New York State Advocate in Action Award. PTA is an advocacy association. Advocacy takes many forms, and all efforts are valued. Whether advocating for our own children in the classroom or for all children in the halls of Congress, our voices should always be heard. We should always be proud of the work we do and the accomplishments we have made on behalf of children and youth. To recognize that work, New York State PTA created an Advocate in Action Award to acknowledge the involvement of PTA members in their children's education as well as in their PTA. Members can self-nominate or can be presented with the award by their PTA. Congratulations to all 119 recipients this year. Next is the Honorary Life Membership Award. A PTA unit, council, or region may award an honorary life membership to an individual as recognition for distinguished service to children and youth. Recipients worthy of the honor need not be PTA members, nor well known beyond their own area of service. This year, we are proud to announce that there were over 400 honorary life membership awards presented statewide. Congratulations to all that received this honor. Next, we would like to recognize the recipients of the Distinguished Service Award. The purpose of this award is to recognize outstanding contributions to the welfare of children and youth or to a PTA association. It is awarded to PTA officers or members who have devoted exemplary service to the maintenance and growth of the PTA. In order to be eligible, recipients must be PTA members who have been awarded a New York State Honorary Life membership. Congratulations to all of our distinguished award winners. I'm also pleased to recognize the 2020-21 recipients of the Golden Oak and the Diamond Award. These awards are presented by units, councils, and regions to members and volunteers as a thank you for their continued outstanding dedication and service to children in schools. Congratulations to all those that have been recognized for their continued commitment to the PTA. Next is the 2020-21 winners of the Innovative Teacher Grant. This award recognizes innovative teachers and gives them an opportunity to put their ideas into action. The grant is awarded to worthy projects that significantly influence student learning. Grants may aim to introduce something new or provide enhancements to a current program. And the project should be inclusive, but not limited to, a subset of students within a class or grade. This year's grant recipients are Elizabeth Bolger, Lincoln Avenue Elementary, Sayville PTA, and Maureen Miko, Meadow Drive School, Meadow Drive PTA. Each recipient received a $200 grant. Next, I would like to present the Youth Humanitarian Award in memory of Stanley Marcus. The purpose of this award is to recognize a high school junior or senior who best exemplifies the humanitarian principles of Stanley Marcus, who served as a New York State PTA Vice President and is remembered for his humanitarianism and dedication to the youth through the zealous volunteer community service. A nominee must be a junior or senior at a high school with a PTA, PTSA, in good standing. chosen for outstanding volunteer community service and having displayed humanitarian principles by word and deed, selected for the quality of their humanitarian activities rather than the quantity of extracurricular activity. It is my honor to recognize the recipient of the 2020-21 Youth Humanitarian Award in memory of Stanley Marcus, to Margaret Partlow from Shenandoah High School in Northeastern Region. She received a plaque and a $250 check. Congratulations to Margaret. It is also my honor to acknowledge the 2021 Region Award winners listed here on the screen. Each of these recipients were presented a plaque by their region. Congratulations to all of the students. Next, I would like to feature the twin projects. Each year, New York State awards up to $45,000 in scholarships and grants to students and teachers throughout the Twin Tower, through the Twin Tower project. Monies received in part from New York State PTA Honorary Life Members Awards support both the Jenkins Memorial Scholarship, excuse me, for teacher education and the Teacher Fellowship for graduation education in memory of Richard Gazzola. The Jenkins Memorial Scholarship for Teacher Education is awarded to outstanding high school seniors who will be pursuing a degree in education at a state university. Recipients of this award will receive a $3,000 scholarship. It is my honor to acknowledge our 2021 Jenkins Memorial Scholarship winners. From Nassau Region, Vanessa Cruz and Catherine Bohan. From Taconic Region, Emma Fusco. From Northeastern Region, Luke Teeter. From Suffolk Region, Alexa Schulder, Bridget Luzendorf, and John Rodriguez. From Westchester, East Putnam Region, Megan Mulvey. From Genesee Valley Region, Emily Oldfield and Peyton Brancatello. From Southeastern Region, Callie Lasso. And from South Central Region, Benjamin Wigley. Congratulations to all of our future teachers. The Teacher Fellowship Award for Graduate Studies in memory of Richard Gazzola is awarded to teachers who work to continue their education beyond their master's degree in pursuit of broadened teaching perspectives and continuing excellence in their classroom. Recipients are awarded a $3,000 fellowship. Unfortunately, we had no applications for this award this year. I hope to see applicants next year. The next award I'd like to feature is the Susan Smoller Commitment to Advocacy Youth Award. This award is given to one high school senior to encourage them to pursue post-secondary education or training and to continue their active engagement in advocacy in the areas of HIV/AIDS, the LGBTQ+ community, mental health, social justice, or substance abuse. The award recipient receives a $500 monetary award plus an invitation to attend the New York State PTA Legislative Summit and Lobby Day with costs covered for themselves and one parent or guardian. It is my honor to recognize the 2020-21 recipient, Miriam Oki, Monroe Woodbury School District in Central Hudson Region. And the final award presented today is the Family Engagement Award in honor of Jamie Beth Knapp. This award recognizes an individual or group of individuals who demonstrate innovative, unique strategies and encourages parent involvement as equal partners in their child's education. This year's recipient is the Maple East Elementary School PTA Executive Committee from Western Region. The committee is comprised of Sue Paris, Alicia Jerzinka, Miao Chin, Christian Frost, Laura Stranton, Ann Pritchard, Elizabeth Astridge, Sarah Frizzalone, Carrie O'Brien, Debbie Guglielmi, and Jennifer Drexlinger. I don't believe any of the committee members are here, but we do have a engraved clock that's going to be given to Candy Dickwood, who's past Western Region Director, who will get it in the proper hands to make sure that the unit receives this award. Congratulations to all of our award winners. I encourage you to check the New York State PTA website, learn more about the awards and recognitions available. It's important to honor the members for all that they do, because without them, we could not continue our mission of promoting education, children's health, well-being, and all the educational issues that we work on. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Karen. I just wanted to let you know that we have just informed the front desk that we are running a little later than anticipated, and they have extended checkout time for a little while, so you don't need to feel that you have to race out if we're hoping that you stay till the end. They know that. They know that we're running late, so I wanted to share that with you. Okay. We would like to congratulate the many dedicated individuals who have worked long and hard on behalf of children and parents across our state. Many have been recognized by their peers over the years with the following awards. Please stand if you've been honored with any of these awards as I call them. For those of you at home, a big hand of applause to those who have won them. If you have won the New York State PTA Honorary Life Membership, please stand. If you have won the New York State PTA Distinguished Service Award, please stand. If you have received the New York State PTA Golden Oak Award, please stand. If you have received the New York State PTA Diamond Award, please stand. And if you have received the National PTA Honorary Life Membership or the National PTA Lifetime Achievement Award, please stand. I'll stand for that. There is one person in this room who has attended more conventions than anyone else in this room, and some of us have been attending quite a lot, but I know Anna recognized her last night, and I also would like to recognize her tonight. I've known her a long time, and we've lobbied together in Albany, and it's always a pleasure to see her, and I always know she's going to be here. June Inella. And June, I believe you are now, this is number 43? Holy moly.
And yes, it is 43 years, not 43 different kinds of conventions.
Right.
Because somebody asked me that today.
Did you start coming as a youth member?
No, I'll be 69 next month. I'm not embarrassed to say it.
What's it?
Can I sit?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, it's now my distinct pleasure to introduce once again the newly elected officers and National PTA President Anna King, who will install the incoming Executive Committee members. So Anna, will you please come to the podium? And will our newly elected officers come up as well? Vice President Lucille Vitale, Vice President Kelly Short, and Treasurer Patricia Frazier. Yeah. Well,
So I have to tell you how amazing it is to hear, to come to a state where you hear PTA has a seat at the table. When you have a governor calling you to sit and to answer questions and to ask what are parents thinking, that's huge. When your deputy superintendent of education got up here and said, you're ranked number 1, you spend $24,000 per pupil here in New York. In Oklahoma, we're 46. We spend $8,000. There's equity issues across the board, right? but you have a seat at the table. And it's important to understand and recognize when you have that, you use your voice because it benefits your students, and that's a proven fact right here in the state. A governor asking you to come and have a seat at the table and to have conversations with staff and president is amazing. And so you guys should give yourselves a round of applause for that. So you guys, will you come over here to my right? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. So have you guys had the opportunity to meet these beautiful ladies right here? Good. It's your job to know who they are because they represent you. And have you ladies introduce yourself to people you didn't know. Okay, good. Good. So, Orrin Woodward once said, average leaders raise the bar on themselves. Good leaders raise the bar for others. But great leaders inspire others to raise their own bar. While you guys are standing here, and as you prepare to take the oath of office, be reminded of the role that you will undertake, which is to always be a servant leader. It's not about position, but it is about you inspiring others to do what they do for kids. There are 3 things to remember as you start your PTA journey. Well, they're going to continue theirs. First, a good servant leader takes hard work. When you lead your team for the next 1 year or 2? 2. Meet them where they are, motivate them to grow, and to inspire others. 2, you must have empathy. It is not primarily your job to accomplish the mission. It is your job to enable your team to accomplish the mission on their own. And for all of the families and the children that you serve right here in New York. Number 3, most important, be humble. This is not complicated, but can sometimes be extremely hard because we know there are some people out there that will challenge you, right? Put yourself last and accept that you will make mistakes and that that's okay. Have fun. And have fun.
We do.
Remember, the best leaders are invisible. They create a way to get the job done through their team, by motivation, communication, collaboration, and by always keeping our children first. And you've done that gracefully at this convention, Madam President.
Thank you.
So, congratulations to everyone. So here we go with the oath. Please respond, I will, to the question I will ask of you. Will you believe in and support the mission and the vision and the purposes and policies of National PTA and New York State PTA? Okay, y'all didn't say it loud enough. They can't hear you. Okay? No. You guys can say that louder. Use your outside voices. I will. Can y'all hear them? Okay, good. To the audience, every one of you, here are your new leaders, once again, for New York State PTA. They will need your encouragement and your support. Will you work with each of them in cooperation to serve all of the children and families across your state? Please answer by saying, I do. See, look, you hear that? Yes. So by saying I do, and for them, you guys supporting them, they're here to support you. Congratulations on being installed, once again, as the newly elected officers for New York State PTA. Congratulations.
Thank you. I will take Congratulations. And I will say, as a president with one more year to go, I'm really excited that my executive team, that we as a team get to continue our work together. I'm just really over the moon. So I thank you for nominating re-nominating these three, and for re-electing them, because they are integral to the work that we do. Congratulations. Okay. Nearing the end of the registration process, we announced a region challenge. Regions were challenged to see who could get the greatest number of delegates to register before the deadline. To make it fair, a percent was created using the number already registered in each region, and the region with the highest percentage of registration in the final 24 hours of open registration is the winning region. Governance team members and consultants were excluded. The winning region will receive a monetary gift to share with your region for hospitality or other region-related activity. The region challenge winner is Nassau region. Congratulations. And I challenge the other regions to bring more people than these people. Or Nassau, bring even more. Yeah. That's right. We have a lot of you at home too, so I am sorry that I didn't acknowledge that. Earlier this morning, prizes were drawn. Congratulations to the following attendees. If you hear your name called, if I could find the list, it's here. If you hear your name called, please see Carol Raymond Clementi after we check out. Okay. In the lobby after we check out to receive your prize. Okay? For virtual attendees, if you hear your name, please email the office at Virtual attendees, you will receive your own personal email. Okay. So, the winners of our raffle prizes this weekend, being awarded for being our longest attending member, June Inella, you won a prize. Okay, we have Tara Coleman, Katrina Graham, Brooke McCall, Evie Spence Austin, Lourdes Fernandez, Thelma Lambert Watkins, Marianne Kinsella, Karen Whitelaw, Evelyn Bush, Mary Taylor, Catherine Lugo, Venice Williams, Nicole Tierney, Karen Quinby, Corey Murray, Marie Giletti, and the following two people have been emailed from Apex, so check your email, and that would be Jenny Katz and Santos Welty. Before we adjourn our historic 125th annual convention, the chair would like to thank the convention committee for their tireless efforts in reimagining this first hybrid annual convention, especially Lori May, our convention coordinator, Bonnie Russell, our convention technology coordinator, right there, Renee Daniels, our convention technology assistant. And after this, I have a lighthouse for Renee. I forgot to give it to her last night, so thank you. I'll give it to you later, or come run up, sure. Let's see you run. Yeah, okay. Diane McPartland, our convention workshop coordinator. Our convention team in the office, Carol Raymond Clementi, Operations Events Manager, Caitlin Daly, Communications Marketing Associate, and Kyle Belakapitsky, Executive Director. I also want to thank Dana Welsh for all she did getting things ready and for helping with our credentials process. The chair also wishes to thank, her sincere appreciation to the parliamentarian who is not here now, but without his assistance and support, I would have had many more flubs than I did yesterday. He's really a wonderful resource. He's available to us when we need him, and he guided us through parliamentary procedure in his usual calm and professional manner. He always keeps the rights of the delegates foremost in his mind, and I learn something from him every single time. I want to thank our secretary, Melissa Kenkram. Her first time as secretary at convention, and it's overwhelming, and you were amazing. Our two auditors, Helen Hoffman and Rob Rios, thank you so much. And I am just overwhelmed with emotion. I had the most fun. I had a blast. I'm a little sad to have to bang that gavel this last time. A year ago, we had this convention where our governance team was together, but all of you were home, and we celebrated a small celebration when I was elected. My friends came up, they surprised me, but my family couldn't be here. And to be here this whole weekend to celebrate with you our 125th anniversary, it's just phenomenal. It really is. And I'm so excited and privileged to get to be the president to lead you during this 125th annual convention. And with that, before I start to get a little emotional, I now adjourn the 125th annual New York State PTA Convention. Thank you all for coming, and we will be sending out a survey shortly.
I'm Heidi Felix, and I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing for LifeVac. LifeVac is a non-invasive portable airway clearance device that's used to resuscitate a patient in a choking emergency. Did you know that one child dies every 5 days, and over 5,000 people die each year in the United States from choking fatalities? We want to prevent choking tragedies in our schools and in our homes throughout New York State. New York State PTA, we are thrilled to be a part of your convention. We're excited about our Gold Alliance partnership, and we want to implement LifeVac in schools to prevent future choking tragedies. So please stop by my booth at the convention. Stop by also our website at lifevac.net to learn more about the testimonials of the lives that have been saved. Thank you so much for all that you do for the community, and we look forward to meeting you at the convention. Have a blessed day.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Jacobs from Learning Ovations and Reading Checkup. We are so excited to be with you for the 125th Annual New York State PTA Convention. We are so excited to be here. We're thrilled to partner with you on literacy. And as a reminder, we launched a fantastic literacy initiative called Reading Checkup this summer. The Reading Checkup is a parent family-friendly reading tool used to help families at home support their child in literacy by providing each child in grades PK through 3rd with the right amount of time and instruction for literacy support. And for you fantastic school educators and teachers, thank you so much for what you do every day. We also work together with New York State PTA to bring proven solutions in applying the science of reading into classrooms. At Learning Ovations, we believe that both students and their teachers deserve a meaningful educational experience. Armed with our custom student recommendations, insights, and curriculum mapping, teachers are empowered to provide precise, personalized, and powerful guidance using their existing curriculum. Now you can have a different approach, one proven to achieve literacy by 3rd grade, one that removes burdens from overwhelmed teachers and clears the way for you all to provide meaningful time, create meaningful growth, and achieve meaningful impact for all. So again, thank you so much for supporting every child. We know literacy is the key to a lifetime of success, and together we can support every child with one voice. Thank you all so much and have an incredible convention.
We are researchers and engineers. We are designers and problem solvers.
Information technology leaders.
Software engineers. Lawyers.
Art buyers. We are educators. We're your partners.
We're your partners. Trabajamos con ustedes.
One voice.
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 One voice. One voice.